How's it going, everyone? Mad Spartan here, and today I'm bringing you another Contest of Champions War video. We're on War number 9, towards the end of the season. We are up against Legion, which is a really good alliance, one of the few alliances that I actually know. What I do remember is that I think the season that we got Masters, we did end up playing them a few times, and we did actually end up having to beat them to get Masters that season. So, you know, we're definitely familiar with this alliance, and but we do have a lot of personnel changes, so we got to see if we match up to the same. But first up, I do have a Scorpion. I do have my Red Mag back. They took him off defense, so I can have him because of that the Zemo incident. So first up, we do get to use him against Scorpion, and I do actually have a Zemo on EMP. So I was able to use Mag for at least 2 fights. I always hate it when I use a champ for only 1 fight. So, simple parry heavy fight, not really much to it. So I'll use this opportunity to just tell you guys a little bit of backstory and what kind of happens after this battle, after this war. We do end up losing to these guys. It was a pretty bad war. BG1, my group, did end up actually having 0 deaths. We got our first donut of the season. We were supposed to get like 2 or 3 before this, but we won't talk about those. We did end up getting a donut this season, which was really good. The other battle groups obviously played good, but just wanted to highlight the fact that, we did really well, and overall, it is a team game though, and doesn't matter that we did good. As an alliance, we did lose, but I just want to let everyone know, and my alliance members that watch this, we win as a team, we lose as a team. And we're gonna come out of this stronger. And just like that, that mag fight's done. But I just wanted to reiterate that we win and lose as a team, and I couldn't ask for a better set of guys. And whether we end the fight with 30 deaths or 10 deaths, I'm very proud to be here, and I do enjoy it a lot. Somewhere else I'd actually want to be. Now this fight, I think part of the reason why I said that is because they're gonna laugh at me and make fun of me for doing this. My next fight was with a Sherry. And now the problem with the Sherry is, what I read about this fight was that the defender gets 50% attack for every debuff they have on them. I just found that out. I know that it was doing like crazy damage, but I never bothered to look because I would always kill them and then be like, I wonder why they did that. And then I would just disregard it. But I read it this time and I was like, okay, I can do Quicksilver. I can. Because think about it. He doesn't miss. You could put all those debuffs, burst, game's over, right? But in my head, you're going to be blocking all those hits with all of those debuffs, and she's just going to shred into your block. Like, shred into it. And what she ends up doing a lot, I don't know if it's just she just hates me or the AI does that. She never throws her heavy. She'll do a 5-hit combo, 3 double mediums, and then she'll grace you with her heavy, which you can't even do anything with. So like, I don't know why she's being so stingy with it, because you always have to prioritize getting rid of her lion charges, because she's just gonna gain those crazy armors. So I'm like, the best option obviously is Guardian. I guess he doesn't do any debuffs. I can't really use Mag. She's not metal. I don't want to use Quicksilver because I don't want to get my block, like, shredded. So I'm like, you know what? I'll use my Guardian. And I knew she was shock immune, but I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not going to lie. So now I have 11 force field charges because I did throw the SP3. So we're throwing the SP2. And as you can see, we did some damage, but not a lot. Because she gained all those armors and she's shock immune. So we're not getting any crit damage. I'm just holding block for my life. Have to block the SP1. I get hit with it like 4 times because I always try to dex it, but for some reason it hits me instead. So now I'm kind of averaging it with the time. Do I do another SP3? Do I do an SP1? I got to waste time baiting heavies. So now, and her armors do a lot. As you can see, it went from 506 on the light attacks to 477 with 1 armor. So the armors are reducing my attack by a pretty hefty amount, to the point where I know I have to throw the SP2 while she has no armors, because I got to gain some damage from this, because I'm not gaining any from the shock crit, and I'm basically just gaining from the force field increasing my damage. So as you do, we threw another SP2. She does lose a lot of her health, so in my head, like, I'm not ever going to start to get comfortable, but as you can see here, we can get pretty comfortable. But when she does this, look, what is that? It was like 2 double mediums. So she throws the SP2. You know, I'm going to dex it, get to the other side of the screen. I'm just going to pair it. We have our armor back. We're gaining our force field. I am going to have to throw an SP1 to gain my force fields because there's not enough time for another SP3 rotation. Not to mention, I don't know how close it's going to be. So I'm not chancing it getting to an SP3, wasting time. We're just going to do SP1, SP2, SP1, SP2. Have to bait the untouchable, which sucks because that wastes time, especially when she doesn't throw the heavy. And I'm like, all right, I'm trying to like math it out. I'm like, okay, I think we got this. You know, my relic's doing damage, so that just does raw damage. So we can gain some damage from that. She is untouchable again. We're going to bait out the untouchable, bait out the SP2, and then throw this SP2. And it's not going to kill her. There's no way. 28% is a lot. So we're going to throw it like that. Gain as much damage as possible before the armors come. And just like that, she's on 8%. And I believe a lot of that has to do with the fact that she didn't gain any armors during the SP2. So it didn't reduce reduce any damage. So we're just going to block the SP2. We have a minute to take 7% down. No one's worried. I'm not worried. You're not worried. I guess the Shuri's worried. We're fine. Throw the relic. And just like that, we are cruising. We are cruising. There's nothing to go bad. Nothing can go bad. So I'm just going to go straight to an SP2 while she has the armors. Who cares? And just like that, we got it done. 40 seconds left. Definitely the wrong option. But to be honest with you, that was Guardian's only fight. I literally only brought him for that fight because he can parry non-contact attacks and she's not going to shred through my block. That's why I did it. So I guess any damage I took during that fight didn't really matter to me. So we got that. If she was rank 3, I wouldn't have been able to do that. She was rank 2. So at least we got that. And as you can see, next up we do have a Chavez. She's the global. So against Quicksilver, there's just nothing. There's just nothing. There's nothing to the fight. We are going to gain medium momentum. So we do have the permanent slow on her. And we're just going to be, as usual, gaining all the whiplashes, trying to get to the SP2 with terminal velocity to double it. Against Mystics, it's like a 300k burst, especially with the 10% armors that the node gives us is pretty big. You know, most people, don't really consider that. But as you can see here, we do get to 800. I'm going to build to terminal velocity, and she did throw a heavy, just setting herself up. Do a nice 5-hit combo, which is really like a 30-hit combo with Quicksilver. And we're going to double these. And there's going to be pretty much nothing left to do. She does throw the SP1 to try to cling on to some life. And just like that, 193,000 burst. Which is, it probably was more because she ended up dying from it. I think if she, I think like it caps at whatever their life is at that moment. But I could be wrong. I don't even know. But this is the whole reason why I brought Magneto. He could take the Zemo fight, no problem, right? There's no problems. He's magnetized. Literally, there's nothing going on. I'm pretty much just hitting him with basic attacks. This is a rank 5, 6200 Magneto. And I don't even know if this was I don't think this was an Ascended. I think he was rank 5. He had to have been. The defense was too good. It had to have at least been a rank 5. So we do bait the SP2. I am going to be blocking it and then dexing the last hit because with magnetism, you do have a really high chance to perfect block. I believe it's a 70% chance. So, but I may be confusing it with the 70% on magnetism. But either way, it is a very high chance to perfect block. So there's no benefit to me to try to dex it and potentially getting hit. As you can see, I did mistime the distance on that heavy, so I did get hit, but he's unstoppable, so it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to be doing it a little bit more safe with reparries here. He did gain 4 charges on EMP. Not a big deal. We just pretty much just have to watch our power. I do unfortunately lose these prowesses. There's really nothing I could do about it because I'm trying to bait the SP3. And I don't know what happened. He gained all of his power because all of the prowesses fell off, which I guess is like the one downside to using mag on this fight. And I'm like, holy hell. I didn't pop an indestructible because I didn't think this fight would be an issue. So I'm getting hit with an SP3 and I'm like kind of measuring out the damage and I'm like, all right, I don't think he's gonna die. So we're okay. Hopefully we turn off the fact that he roots you with an SP3 and then just like that, we're good. We're good. I throw an SP1 here. He got slapped in the face. It was fine. But oh my God, when those 12 prowesses fell off and he got to 3 bars, I was crying. I was literally crying. So after we got Conflictor Mangog, literally nothing with Quicksilver. Once you gain your Withers, because not only does he put the 5 from the global, which is one other reason why he's a little bit better than Sandman, because Petrifies are weaker at handling power because they also reduce health and healing, and that's kind of what their main focus is. They don't really focus too much on power game. So Wither's main focus only is for passive power gain, whether it's from the buff or just natural. So to have more Withers than Petrifies is, kind of more important for a fight like this when it has Conflictor and Mangog's natural power game. So that's why I prefer to use Quicksilver, because he can have, I think, up to 10 Withers, which is complete power control when it comes to Mystic Dispersion, Conflictor, and passive power gain. Whereas with Sandman, he'll have the 5 Withers from the global, and he can gain his Petrifies, but it's never going to be enough to fully reverse it unless you have like 15 to 20 Petrifies, which, if anyone knows Sandman, and as I'm talking, he's done 266k bursts. It was crazy. But with Sandman, you're never going to have 15 because each debuff goes away after 1 second. So it's not ideal. So, always prefer the Withers over the Petrifies when it comes to power gain. If you can't, then that's a different story. But if I had to choose between Sandman or Quicksilver when it came to power gain, it would have to be Quicksilver with all of those Withers. Even if the person wasn't a global defender, he still has the Withers, which at that point, Sandman doesn't have Withers at all. So you would definitely prioritize a Wither champ over a Petrified champ for power gain alone. But when it comes to regen, then that's when Petrify comes in. But either way, pretty good. And as I'm talking about it, we are just fully dominating this Wong. Now, he is not going to be throwing this SP1 for a while. The ideal way is to throw, if he's being stingy with something like this, especially a Wong, you can hold his heavy, you can bait his heavy down, and it actually reverses his, because he gains power on his heavy. So he actually ends up losing almost a bar, which is a lot. So we're going to throw this SP2 here, and before the game gets crazy, I'm going to be hold blocking because I don't want him to throw the SP2, and just like that, 425,000 burst. He is done. But yeah, this war was done. It was really good. I enjoyed it, as most of the people that played it. Like I said before, BG1, we did have our first donut of this season, which, like I said, it was a long time coming. But overall, we all did amazing. We do end up losing, so now we are in kind of a situation where we have to win a lot of games to get back into Masters, but it's nothing that we haven't done before, But overall, it's kind of stressful. We're kind of just pushing through. I just checked my subscribers. At this moment, I am at 141 subscribers, which is ridiculous. And the subscriber special is coming, I promise. I keep getting too busy and I got stuff to do, but I want you to know that it's coming. And now it's not a 100 subscriber special, it's going to be 140 subscriber special, which I think it's a little bit of a weird number, but maybe I'll wait till 150. But you guys deserve appreciation, and I want you guys to know that I appreciate you. But overall, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I'll take any recommendations. I know the people that comment on my videos, I do try to like and reply or heart any of them as I see them. But I also have to put a Street Fighter video. I'm just not doing stuff with my computer right now. I've been too busy with work and just a bunch of stuff. But overall, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.